warm, it's early in the morning, so warm, it's glorious, absolutely, what a stunning view, what a vista this is. It's like being in an airplane coming into land. It's a fantastic, way high up we are, absolutely beautiful. And up on that mountain there, guys, I just saw some honey buzzards working, hunting. I don't know whether a couple of kestrels as well working. But I don't know where that honey buzzard's gone. He was working that field over there just. He might be back in a bit and we might be able to get a nice close shot at that for you. I think it was a honey buzzard. I know there are some kites on the Klin Peninsula, so we might be looking to see one of those. But I don't know if you can see those mountains over there, guys. Absolutely stunning, right in the distance, in the haze. That's mainland Wales over there. And just behind this mountain here, it looks across towards the lovely island of Anglesey, where we spent 3-4 glorious months before the Skye adventure. Gorgeous there. I'll put some pictures up as well. What a beautiful location. And yeah, so there's 1 or 2 cars coming by. As I say, this type of parker won't be for everyone. In vans, you know, they wouldn't dream of parking somewhere like this, but I do. This is what I do. This is my life. You know, I can't always get those fantastic on the beach locations, though we do get quite a few. We do find them out and we do source them out, which is lovely. Yeah, are we breaking the laws? I mean, it actually says that in the UK and Wales, which is beyond me, it does my bloody head in, to be honest. I mean, anywhere else in Europe, you know, Scandinavia, all across Norway, Sweden, all across Europe, France, down to Portugal, Spain, all through there, they welcome van lifers with open arms. They really do. They encourage van life people to get out there in the countryside, because there's nothing better for peace of mind, mental health, than being in stunning locations like this. It's helped me so much with my mental health issues, where, you know, with my dear wife being killed. This has changed my life, being out here for the last 15 months doing my van life. It's really changed my life. And all these countries like Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Europe, Spain, Portugal, France, they all encourage folk to get outdoors. Everything that's gone on in the world over the last 2 years, so many people struggling with mental health issues, with depression or whatever, what's happened, being locked up. What's better for mental health than being out here and looking at this? And why the UK and Wales poo-poo people getting out and enjoying it and actually discriminate against RVs and vans is beyond my comprehension. It really is beyond my comprehension. It is crazy. Really. Get a bloody grip, UK and Wales. Get a bloody grip, you councils. We encourage so much in the environment. We tidy up everywhere we go. We look after the environment. We're actually minimal use in our vans. So regarding energy efficiency, we're more efficient in a van than we are in a house. Everything is saved, water saved, energy saved. We save everything. I read some. I looked at, you know, I've researched this a little bit as well with these. There's no camping law in Wales and England, in laybys and beaches, and they won't enforce it, guys. It's only if you push the issue. If someone complains when you're on a layby or a beach, if a landowner complains, that's the first stage. Someone's got to complain you're there to start with. No one is going to turn up in the middle of the night and knock your door and tell you to shift. That's not going to happen, guys. It needs someone to complain. There's no wardens going around checking laybys and beaches all over the country. That's a load of cobblers. It needs someone to complain that you're there, whether you're causing a nuisance or whatever. Obviously you wouldn't cause a nuisance, but you know, if a landowner complains, they complain. Then the police will come out, or the local council will come out, and they'll knock your door. Never happened to me. They'll knock your door. This is the procedure. They'll knock your door and they'll ask you to move on. And of course, being polite, being careful, being respectful as you've got to everyone, be with everyone. Don't cause confrontation, be respectful. You move on and you go on your merry way. So it's all's fine. The only way you can get to legal process is if you refuse to move. Now, who's going to refuse to move once they've told to move on? Okay, there's one or two out there. There's one or two multi-van situations which can be a major issue, and they are a major issue when you get multi-vans parked up in beauty spots with the fires, with the awnings, with the chairs all over the bloody road. That's a problem with van life, those type of people. But regarding this law, if, you know, when you get the knock and they ask you to, you move, you're gone, sorted, you move on to the next one, and you're fine. You move on to the next Layby. Skye, oi, shut up. You move on to the next. She's a nutter. You move on to the next one. I'm rambling on a bit here, guys, but I'm just trying to explain where I'm coming from. It's my opinion. This is, don't forget, it's my opinion. And even when I've researched this, it says councils do not mind you parking in laybys as long as you are respectful and as long as you move on if you are asked to by landowners or local council. So as long as you leave the place tidy, as long as you're quiet, as long as you are a bit stealthy, as long as you respect your environment, that's someone's land there. I've got to respect that that is someone's land. I cannot go on that land and I cannot put nothing on that land. I've got to be respectful of my environment and where I am. Respectful of the way I am in the road. I can't block the road. You know, just obvious things, guys. Common bloody sense, which a lot of people haven't bloody well got. So anyway, just to round this up, regarding the laws in UK and Wales, you cannot park on beaches, you cannot park in laybys. It's rubbish. In my opinion, it's rubbish. If it gets to the point where someone wants you to move, you move. It's only an issue if you don't move, then you will get legal proceedings, and it's a long process where you could get the van took off you or £2,000 fine or whatever, but who'd stay after being told to move? Only silly people, only deaf people. Most of these laws are for these big convoys of vans or whatever, or folks on the road that can't find nowhere to park. I think most of those laws are for that type of situation. But me, as a van lifer, if I see a sign, no overnight camping or no caravans or no RVs in a layby, I'll park up. I'll park there. I've done it many times, and some of them I've been on for a week. You know, I've spoken to locals around me, like the harbour where it says no overnights, and I spoke to the shipbuilders, and they don't mind. They really don't mind, as long as you're respectful and don't be a pain in the arse. Don't be a pain in the arse. Be respectful where you are, and then we can all get on in life and we can all get on together. Don't cause confrontation. Be respectful. Always diffuse the situation. If someone's coming at you with angry eyes, diffuse the situation. How can I help you, sir? And move on. Don't get your back up. Don't get your hair up and have a go back. That's the last thing you should do, guys, because that just, there's no rhyme and reason to do something like that, because you get yourself upset, you get the people you talk to upset, and there's no good outcome in a situation like that. So there you go. No camping, no RVs, no campervans on beaches, in laybys, in Wales, in England. Can I say it? Minimalism. Every drop of energy is precious. Every drop of water is precious to us. And if everyone lived like this on the planet, it would be such a better place. No waste. We don't waste anything. We don't need anything in a van. You just need the basics to live. All these wants and everything in the world, it's crazy. I've realised that now, being in van life. You don't need a lot. You really don't need a lot to live. Look at this. Look at this view that I'm looking at out this window. It is fantastic. You really don't need a lot to live. I know everyone can't do this, what I'm doing, but regarding being friendly to the, I mean, we tidy up everywhere we go. Every camp that I'm, I tidy up. I tidy other people's rubbish up. Of course, I tidy my own up, take it away. Everything in my van is disposed of carefully, with the environment in mind. Everything is disposed of carefully. So I don't know what's the matter with the UK. And the money we bring to the local communities as well. I really don't want what's the matter with the UK and Wales. Does my bloody head in. It really does my head in. Something needs to be done. People need to be out enjoying this. And you know, what's better way than in an RV or a van? Okay, if you're not going to allow park-ups everywhere, but at least provide some sites where it's nice and cheap, £5 just for a field or something to park in. Because we don't need anything in these RVs. I've got everything on board. Most RVs have. You don't need a lot. You just need a nice location. Just a bloody field. Just a field. £5 a night. And we'll be happy. But anyway, these laws, these so-called laws, which I don't think are enforceable. I really don't. And I think the councils realise that as well, the UK and Welsh councils. They say there's £1,000 fine, £2,000 fine, or you can get your van towed away. It's all a load of tosh, guys. Just scaremongering tactics by the councils to keep us off these laybys. I think it's just locals getting upset that we're doing this for nothing and these beautiful views where they're paying millions for their houses and whatever. You know, you've got to be respectful. You can't park in front of someone's house. You can't park in someone's land. You know, you can't park where you're going to block people in or cause a nuisance. If it looks a bit iffy, don't park there, bloody well move on. But regarding these laws, Skye, oi, shut up. Regarding these laws, banned, you cannot park in laybys or beaches in Wales or England, UK. A load of cobblers, guys. I ignore them. I have to ignore them. Otherwise, I wouldn't have nowhere to live. You know, it's my life. It's all right for people doing weekends or whatever and do caravan sites. That's fine. You know, it's all right for them folks. You know, they don't want to do this type of camp, but we have to in van life. And these laws, they're not enforceable. They're just scaremongering tactics, as I said, by councils trying to be bullies and get you out of the way, such thing. But I don't agree with it. I've been in my van now for, where are we, 15, 16 months living in my van, and every single one of my camps has been off-grid, laybys or beaches or whatever. So I don't take a blind bit of notice. I have never had one single knock on my door. I'm respectful for where I am. You know, I don't cause noise, I don't get all my chairs out, I don't get my awning out, I don't light fires everywhere. Be respectful, be inconspicuous, be stealthy. If you've got to be in and out, be in and out. So, you know, I've never had a knock on my van at all, and some of the camps I've been on, like this one, it is bloody stunning. Yes, it's on the side of the road, it's not for everyone, but it's bloody stunning. That view out that window is to die for, really. I love it. Look at this, I love it, guys. Let's go out and have a little wander, show you exactly where I am. You can see I've got my bonnet up there, doing my usual checks on my fluids. It's great outside, Christine. All looking very nice. Lovely. Just had a nice cup of tea, kettle's on mother. Let's pop outside. Right, now appreciate that this is not for everyone, guys. I'll just show you exactly where I am. There we go, we're in a little lay-by there, tiny little lay-by on this line, so enough room for 2 cars to come by. I'm not in no one's way, there's plenty of room there should anyone need to pull over. This lovely little location here, guys. So it's not for everyone. So basically, in summary, it's just a sleeping place really, not somewhere you get your bloody awnings out, your fires, your chairs and all have a sing-song on the bloody pavement. That's where the issues have arisen. It's more complicated than it seems, this particular law, and I think it's just for the authorities to deal with, you know, mass travellers and mass campervans parked in beauty spots causing an issue to the community. So if you're in a campervan, it's not an issue, you're absolutely fine sleeping overnight on the side of the road, in my opinion, as long as you bloody well behave. But unless you refuse to move on, then it becomes an offence, and at worst you're guilty of trespass, which is a civil offence and which cannot result in arrest anyway. These fines and powers could seize your vehicle, and of course fines to £2.5 grand for those that do refuse to move on by police or authorities, but you'd be daft not to. But this rule is rarely enforced. As long as motorists who park in likes of laybys and car parks or farmland don't cause disturbance and clear up after yourselves. While camping a motorhome campervan is not legal in any country in the UK, it is tolerated by most councils as long as you use common sense. I park there, guys. It's up to you if you want to do the same. But I've got away with it for 16, 17 months. It's a load of conkers. Later guys.